every story has two parts, what you are told and what is hidden. The Silent Patient is a masterpiece of deception. It gave us a tragedy, the murder of Gabriel Berenson, and a mystery. His wife, the famous painter Alicia, who never spoke a word after the shooting. She became a cipher, a canvas of impenetrable silence. But the real story isn't why she stopped talking, it's who made her start. Alicia Berenson was a celebrity, living a dream life in a wealthy London home, until the night she shot her husband 5 times in the face and then fell silent. Her refusal to speak transformed her from a murder suspect into an enigma. The world wanted an answer, but all they got was silence and a high-security prison for the mentally ill called the Grove. This is where we meet our central narrator, Theo Faber. He is a forensic psychotherapist with a complex past and an obsessive desire to treat Alicia. For Theo, this isn't just a job, it's a personal mission. He believes that by helping Alicia find her voice, he can somehow heal the unspoken pain in his own life. He leaves his comfortable London practice to join the staff at the Grove, where Alicia is housed. But the moment he steps into the unit, he's not just a therapist. He's an investigator stepping into a crime scene that hasn't finished unfolding. The narrative immediately establishes 2 key windows into the truth: Theo's contemporary journal entries, which recount his sessions and his life outside the hospital, and Alicia's own private diary entries, chronicling the weeks leading up to the murder. Alicia's diary is fragmented, emotional, and cuts off abruptly right before the act. This dual structure creates the fundamental tension of the book. We are following Theo, the detective, trying to piece together a story from the only clue we have. The thoughts of the victim, now the accused. Theo's investigation begins with a few facts available. His first, most important clue is not a spoken word, but an image. Alicia, while silent, paints a single new piece. It is a self-portrait, but she names it Alcestis. Theo, and we the reader, immediately look up the Greek myth. Alcestis was a wife who sacrificed her life for her husband. The painting is signed and dated after the murder. This is the first major red herring. We are led to believe the painting is a suicide note or a confession of guilt. She killed her husband, and now she is sacrificing her voice, her life, for an unspoken reason. We are already misled. As Theo tries to break through Alicia's silence, he delves into her relationships, introducing us to a gallery of suspicious characters, all serving as brilliantly executed distractions. First, there's Max Berenson, Gabriel's resentful photographer brother, who clearly disliked Alicia. Did he have a financial motive? Then we have Christian West, the psychiatrist Theo replaces. He seems too eager to cover his own tracks and dismiss Alicia as hopeless. And finally, there's the shadow of Jean, Theo's own wife, who he suspects is being unfaithful, drawing our attention away from his professional life and towards his marital drama. We are actively searching for a third party, a killer who framed Alicia, and the author has given us multiple suspects to chase. Despite the obstacles, Theo makes progress. He gets Alicia to communicate through art, and then, after weeks of painstaking work, she finally speaks. The moment is electric, the climax of the therapy session, and the word is, everybody. What does everybody mean? It's vague enough to sustain the mystery. Is it an accusation, everybody is guilty, or a generalization, everybody lied? This breakthrough is engineered to make us believe Theo is successfully rescuing her from her trauma, not dragging her further into his own. This single word is a breadcrumb that keeps us reading, keeps us trusting the narrator. To decode this novel, we must pause the plot and dissect the one character we think we know best, Theo Faber. The true genius of The Silent Patient is that the narrator doesn't need to lie about events. He only needs to lie about the context and the chronology. Theo's journal entries are not fabricated. They are simply presented out of order and stripped of their sinister motivation. We focus on his unhealthy obsession. Theo is a stalker. He admits to constantly following his wife, Jean, suspecting her of infidelity. He admits to breaking into their house and hiding. We accept this as his personal, separate struggle. We view him as a flawed but ultimately heroic protagonist fighting his demons while trying to save his patient. The author deliberately highlights Theo's trauma related to his childhood, making us believe his deep connection to Alicia is purely empathetic, a desire to help her because he understands trauma. This entire section of Theo's personal turmoil is a massive, structural red herring designed to camouflage the fact that his actions are not those of a wounded healer, but of a vengeful, obsessed man. Now, let's revisit Alicia's diary. Theo is convinced the man who stalked Alicia and broke into her house days before the murder is a separate figure, A patient of Gabriel? Perhaps. Theo even actively decides to hunt this man down. This is the critical turning point. Theo's quest to find the stalker is not a pursuit of justice. It's an attempt to erase his own tracks, because the man who broke in and threatened Alicia was Theo Faber himself. We believe Theo's quest for justice is fueled by his desire to save Alicia. In reality, it is fueled by his panic to cover up the truth of his initial encounter with Gabriel and Alicia. The final act of the book is where the carefully constructed timeline shatters. Theo's own journal begins to reveal his deeper stalking behavior, specifically toward his wife Jean and her suspected lover. Theo figures out that Jean is seeing someone, and he eventually discovers that the man is Gabriel Berenson, Alicia's husband, the ultimate betrayal. Theo, consumed by jealousy, follows Gabriel to a deserted warehouse, breaks in, and confronts him. Gabriel, terrified, confesses to Theo that he is having an affair, but then tries to divert Theo's attention. Gabriel tells him a story about a mentally disturbed, obsessive patient who stalks him. This is the moment the true narrative begins to unravel. Later, Theo confronts Jean and learns the horrific truth. The mentally disturbed patient Gabriel described, the one who stalked him. That was Theo's own wife, Jean, years ago, before Theo married her. Consumed by rage and pain, Theo later returns to Gabriel and Alicia's house after the murder and plants the small detail of the missing stalking mask, trying to make the police believe a third party was involved. But the deeper, more profound deception occurred on the night of the murder. The ultimate revelation, the identity switch. When Theo, now knowing Gabriel slept with his wife, breaks into their house before the murder, he ties up both Gabriel and Alicia. He gives Gabriel a choice, his own life or Alicia's. Gabriel chooses his own life. Theo leaves, and Alicia, devastated by her husband's betrayal, frees herself and shoots him. But before she falls silent, she writes down the key to the entire mystery in her second, hidden diary, the truth about the intruder's identity. Theo reads this second diary, realizing his secret is exposed. He wasn't her savior. He was the catalyst for the murder and the motivation for her silence. He rushes back to the grove and, pretending to help her, administers a massive dose of medication to silence Alicia permanently. Her single spoken word, everybody, was not an accusation against the world, but against everyone who betrayed her, including the man pretending to save her. She signed the painting Alcestis because she chose to sacrifice her own voice and her sanity to expose the truth of the broken, murderous therapist, Theo Faber. The book ends with the police finding the second diary, leading to Theo's arrest. The mastery of the silent patient is its successful manipulation of the reader through the unreliable narrator. The author used Theo's deep internal pain to create a sympathetic voice, disguising the monstrous man underneath. We were decoding the mystery of a silent patient, when we should have been decoding the mind of the fake therapist. The book's core message is a chilling warning. The worst monsters are often the ones who hide in plain sight, professing to help, projecting their own hidden pain and pathology onto the innocent. It's a terrifying look at how trauma doesn't always create empathy. Sometimes, it creates pure, calculated manipulation. What element of the twist caught you completely off guard? Were the clues too obvious in hindsight? Let me know your theories and thoughts in the comments below.